Hi everyone, welcome to the Wargaming Parrot. I'm David and today we're going to be talking about flowers you can feed your parrots. So you may have followed some other videos, we've done spices, we've done herbs, so I thought I'd round it off with flowers. For this video I'm working with BuyWholeFoodsOnline. Sophie's also worked with them for her seed mix video, which I'll leave a card for now, it's very interesting. And I'd like to thank them for sending me these flowers so I can feature them and show them to you. So many of the questions I got with my spices and herbs related to how you serve them, which I didn't really cover in enough detail in the video, or I just put it in individual subsections. So I thought before I started talking about the flowers, I'll talk to you about how you actually serve them, because I thought it'd be very useful for people. Now the most common way of serving them is in a tea. So you brew them up like you would a tea, and then you serve your bird liquid. You can also strain the tea, take out the wet herbs, and the wet flowers, and serve them in your bird's chop or over the top. You can also serve them dry. You can also provide them mixed together in a tea. It really is up to you how you want to serve them. There's sort of loads of different ways. There's no real wrong way about it. Now when you're serving them, make sure if it's a tea there's no caffeine involved in there, and also make sure it's not too hot for them because they've got sensitive tongues. It's also worth mentioning with these flowers, there are loads of other flowers you could serve to your birds, which I'll leave a sort of link for in the description. And you can serve some fresh, but obviously be aware about pesticides and where you get them from. So dried is generally a bit safer. If you can get organic, that's also really good. So now we actually get onto the flowers. So I thought I'd start off with a dried flower pretty much every parrot owner should have in their cupboard. This stuff is essential and awesome. And that is chamomile. So I'm holding this up here. You can see that in a little ramekin, so you can see it a bit more close up. I'm trying to avoid it blurring. So chamomile is awesome. I mean, it is an essential. It is calming. So if your bird's anxious, if you have a cockatiel and they've had night fright, this stuff is very good to give them. It's also good if they're generally feeling stressed or settling in and there's different changes in the environment. But the primary use for this is hormones. Chamomile is awesome at curbing hormonal behaviour and taking the edge off and helping to calm your bird. It's one of those supplements you just want to have in your cupboard, as I've repeatedly said, to help with hormones. It's something we always recommend to people to get when they're having hormonal problems with their bird. Chamomile is also very good for digestive upsets, just like in us humans, and it also has antibacterial properties. The other thing that it has a sort of fringe benefit of is helping with feather plucking, because obviously it has that calming effect. So if you have a bird that's plucking a rescue, it could be something that's worthwhile giving to them. Next up we have hibiscus flowers. This has lovely colour, so it could be something great to add to chop because it has a nice colour to it. So hibiscus flowers is great for aiding digestion, has lots of antioxidants, and it's also another one of those calming flowers. So it's not as effective as chamomile in my opinion, but it's another thing that's great to add variety to your bird's diet. So that calming effect can help if they're in a very stressful environment, or there's maybe some changes in the household, or you just want to help them relax a little bit. So next up we have marigold or calendula. Now this has a beautiful orange colour. So again, it's one of those very appealing, visually appealing flowers you can add to your bird's diet. It is very high in antioxidants and beta carotene. So this is one of those useful sort of things for that sort of aspect of the bird's health. This is another one of those flowers that has antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties. It's also good for your bird's skin. So if there's a little irritation going on there, it could be very helpful to help with that. Again, this is another one of those flowers I really like because of this colour, and it does make it more appealing for birds to eat. So it's one of those things that might be easier if you've got a fussy eater in your house. Next up we have dandelion leaf. So I'm just going to hold it up so you can actually see it there. It's got a nice open packaging so you can sort of see it. So dandelion leaf is another one of those useful flowers that you can have in your cupboard. It's also something you can have. Dandelion leaf is very high in vitamins, minerals and calcium, so it makes it a great thing for your bird's health. It also aids digestion, helps with liver function, and it's good for feather quality. So if you want your bird's feathers to look nice in a natural way, this stuff's very useful. So finally, in the flowers I'm featuring in this video, we have linden flowers. I'm holding it up here just so you can see it. Again, it's quite a plain looking flower, quite green in colour, but some birds like that. And it can be very useful to add to your bird's diet, and here's why. This flower is another one of those sort of first aid flowers that's quite useful. It is anti-inflammatory, helps with digestion, but the more important feature of it is it's a mild pain reliever. So if your bird's like had a minor graze, maybe, I don't know, it's fallen off its perch or something, this can be something you can add into it. Obviously, as I always recommend, if your bird gets hurt or is feeling unwell, you should go to the vet, but it's something you could give it as a sort of a quick pick-me-up. Just as kind of an impromptu addition to this video, I just wanted to show you the sort of different mixtures and colour variations you can make from the tea. So I found it really interesting. So this one, I put a lot more hibiscus in, and you can see just how beautifully red coloured it is. It also has a very nice scent to it. This one I used more marigold, and it's got a more orangey colour. So you can also make these teas to be visually appealing to both you and the bird. And there's also the smells to bear in mind. So I thought I'd just add this in because I thought it was very interesting, and there's all sorts of different interesting combinations you can make for you and your bird with these teas. So those are all the flowers I wanted to cover in the video. I hope you found it useful learning about them. There are loads more you can use, but these flowers in particular I thought I'd pick out because they're some of my favourites. I'd like to say thanks again to BuyWholeFoodsOnline for providing these flowers for this video. We really do highly recommend them, so please do check them out. I'll leave a link in the description that you can check them out on. It is an affiliate link, but if you want to check it out, that's entirely up to you. And I'd just like to thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or you want any more information about these flowers, please feel free to drop a comment below. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care.